Welcome back to Joe's Son of Boxing. Conor Benn released a statement today, a very lengthy statement, talking about the WBC's findings, if you like. He mentions the 270-page report, and he basically says, I have been exonerated. Now, first of all, I'm not going to go into the contents of the report because it's very long. I'm going to leave a link in the descriptions box, and you can go and read it. And also, I've made several videos about this subject before. I don't really want to make another one, but have a read through it if you're so inclined, and leave your comments below, and I'm happy to answer them or discuss things with you. But let's just say that, in my opinion, some of the presumptions of proof that Benn seems to be making are by no means watertight, let's put it that way. Also, there is no way that Conor Benn wrote this statement by himself. I'm not talking about somebody proofreading it. I'm talking about he clearly got down with his lawyers, sat down, and they thrashed out a statement. And no doubt a lot of the content is his. But I would be very, very surprised if his lawyers haven't said, okay, we need to come up with a strategy. We need to come up with a narrative. We need to try and control the narrative now and peddle a certain viewpoint, a certain perception and a certain definition. We need to, in other words, really grasp the public perception of how this whole affair is viewed. We need to start peddling our own narrative rather than allowing the internet and boxing fans and newspaper journalists and online journalists to sort of keep batting this whole issue around. We need to sort of, grasp hold of it, which is fair enough. But of course, what that therefore means is you sit down and you thrash out a very well-crafted, very skillfully worded statement, a lengthy statement, and you try to cover every angle, and kind of flits from talking about his mental health to how the British Boxing Board of Control have done him wrong. I assume he's still going to sue them. And you try to cover every angle. You try so that ultimately in the future, if anyone says, well, what about this point? What about ABC? What about XYZ? Benn and his team can say, oh, we've mentioned that in the statement. Go to that bit. I don't think that the reasons stroke excuses are, again, airtight. I just don't think I think there are too many cracks in some of the arguments. But a lot of stuff is said that at least sheds light on the viewpoints that Benn and his team claim to have. Prior to this, it's been Twitter. It's been Benn mouthing off on Twitter. I can only imagine that his legal team would have said to him, keep quiet for now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say may be held in evidence against you, blah, blah, blah. He didn't do that. He went mouthing off, okay, for better or worse. And he actually mentions in the statement, my family name and I can't remember how he phrased it, but my family name and me as a fighter, me as a man, I never cheated, so why should I be quiet? Okay, that's one attitude you can have. But have a read through this, because even though it's quite lengthy, it doesn't strike me as being mealy-mouthed. I mean, the PR disaster that Benn and his team and Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and DAZN put together over the preceding several months, this at least smacks of something that has been crafted, that is well worded, that is skillfully done. The question is the content valid or not? Is it honest? I have my own views. Leave your comments below, and we'll have a chat about it. Until then, thanks as always for watching. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you liked it, and looking forward to reading what you've got to say. See you soon. Bye for now.